Hey guys, okay, today's tutorial, what we're going to do is we're going to do Nike slides, but it's going to be a different type of Nike slides. It's going to be the two-strap Nike slides, and I put the supplies of everything that you'll need. It's in the picture before that came through the video, but this is the two-strap Nike slide. So what we're going to do is we're going to black this out, cover it up, and we're going to put the word Nike up here, and we're going to put the Nike check down here. So we're going to do this today, but it's going to look like this. So we're going to achieve this look from this. There we go. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to get this shoe to look like this shoe. Okay, so what you're going to need to do this project is we're using SS12, SS16 crystal, the clear, well not clear, but the crystal, and we're also using the SS20 jet black. I'm not using two different sizes on the jet black. I'm only doing one size. This is actually just one size stone for the black, and I know that I normally use two or three different sizes to make it as fillers, but I'm gonna show you guys a trick today because I don't have any smaller black stones, and I could have done it, but I'm gonna show you a trick of how to get your fillers if you don't have smaller stones. So what we're gonna do first, before we start stoning, of course, you see the Nike check. So I can't do anything with it. You don't have to paint it because it's so small. You can use your Sharpie. Just a quick tip. You can use your Sharpie and just black it out. We're just gonna black out the word Nike, and also we're gonna black out the check. And what I did, the reason why I'm doing something different with this Nike slide is because, you know, you always normally see them always have just the word Nike and the check always blinged. But I wanted to do something different because this shoe is for my niece. She's actually going on vacation. So I wanted to make sure that what she have and what she's rocking is going to stand out. So I came up with the concept of, at first I was just gonna do the Nike check. Then I was like, it's not gonna stand. It's gonna stand out even if I would have done just the Nike check. But I wanted to do something different, you know. And I love being out of the box. So I'm almost done filling this in, and it don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be perfect because you're going to cover it up anyway. So you see, that's that. So what we're going to do, and I'm not an artist, I don't know how to draw. So for some people who have like the Silhouette, the Cameo, or those kind of machines that you can cut out the vinyl, you can actually do that. I don't have the machine. I don't do a lot of words to actually invest in a machine. I probably could, but I found this is actually easier for me. So what I did, you can see that this is on notebook paper. I just wrote out the word Nike just like it was on the shoe. I just wrote out the word Nike, and what I'm gonna do is put Nike. We're gonna get our glue, and we're just gonna put it right in the middle up here, because the Nike, excuse me, I got the hiccups, plus the Nike check, and we're gonna put it down here. So let's do that. Just put the glue, and I use E6000. So just put you some glue. You don't have to put a lot of glue on the back. You don't have to put a lot of glue on because you're just going to stick it on there. So what we're going to do, since I have it on here now, we're just going to put it on the center. I don't know if you guys can see that. Well, let me see it first. And what you can do, this is my my silhouette pick-me-up pen. You can get it at any of your local craft stores. If you're having a hard time finding it, please shoot me a message and I can try to help you get it or help you find it. I'm always willing to help if anybody needs any help. Okay, it's on there. So now we're going to do the exact same thing for our Nike chick. Like I said, you don't have to put a lot of glue, because believe me, it's going to stay down. But just put enough to where it's not really, really like wet, but enough. But you don't want to drench it either, because you don't want, like when you're putting it on to the shoe, you don't want it to where the glue seeping over whatever that is on the paper. Okay, and we're just going to put our check and make it even under the word Nike. And just get the tip, and just, you don't have to, don't press hard, just make sure that it's down. Make sure you don't press hard, because you don't want the glue to seep over the paper. And if you see some spots that might need just a little bit more glue, you can put it on there. So like for like this part, I can see that it just needs just a little bit. And make sure whenever you're using your E6000, cover it back up, because you don't want it to waste out. Okay, so now we have both. We have our Nike and our Nike chick on here. So what we're going to do, since these are going to be crystal, the stones are going to be crystal, you get your silver marker, because you want your background not to stay white. You want your background, since we're putting this on here, to be whatever color your stone is going to be. So with that, we're just going to color it, or use your Sharpie, and we're going to make it silver, because we don't want the background to stay white, because once you're putting your stones on it, you don't want the white to seep through. Even if you have like small little gaps, you can see through the background on it a little bit, you don't want it to show. And even just say if we was going to end up doing the Nike that was already on there, I still would have just used my Sharpie to make it silver. And you want it to be, try to make it look as it came like that originally, and you just filled it in with stones. And I'm gonna show you just a little trick. I learned this little tip and trick on my own. Okay. You see how the paper is white right here? And you still have your Nike and everything there. So, since I did not cut this little piece out, what I'm going to do is get my black Sharpie, because there will be some black stones going in that spot. So, I'm going to get my black Sharpie. And I just colored that part in. And it's like that. And voila. So you have your Nike and your Nike check. And now what we're going to do is we're going to actually stone the words in the Nike check first, because you want to, since those are going to be like a different color. With something like this, you always want to start with the top strap, because if you start down here, your hands are going to rest on it, and you don't want that to happen, because if you have to start here, then you go here. So always start up here, so this could be done, so once you're doing it, your hand can rest down here and not mess up any stones down here. So what we're going to do first is stone the words Nike. We're going to stone those, and then we'll go down to the Nike check, and then we'll fill in with all the black. And I'll show you the tricks of how to use fillers with the stones that you already have if you do not have fillers. So let's get ready to get started. And we'll start with the SS12s and the 16s, and we're going to do the Nike check. Okay. And you don't have to always know, how fast you can go, so you don't have to use as much glue to start. And I'm only going to start with the end, and I'm only going, if you could probably see where the glue is, I'm only going to start with the end. I'm not going to do everything just yet. So I don't know if you can probably end up seeing. Okay, and some people can go smaller than the SS12. The SS12 is equivalent to 3 millimeter, but if you go any smaller, it'll be a 2 millimeter, and that's kind of tiny. You don't want it to be too tiny. And I have some of the SS16s, which is considered equivalent to the 3 millimeter, and I only have that for certain spots on the name, only if I need it. And I'll show you. Can you guys see so far? And it's gonna look kind of crazy, so please do not get discouraged or think that you messing something up, or it's not gonna look like what it's gonna, I guess, like how it's supposed to afterwards. Just don't beat yourself up, because it's gonna look crazy, because it's gonna look like it's all ran together, and you're not gonna be able to see it. Believe me, I did that before, and it just drive you crazy. So you don't want to do that, and it's just gonna look funny in the beginning. But once it all start coming together, and you putting the stones, the black stones around it, or whatever color stones you might end up using around the name, it won't look as bad or as funny, shall I say. And you have your N. So we're going to go over to the I. And with the I, you can probably put glue on the I and the K together, since the I is not, it's nothing but just straight. So for me, I'm going to do the I and the K at the same time. And I want to thank everybody while I'm doing this and y'all just watching. I want to thank everybody who have subscribed to the channel. Also who have done asked me questions. I have a few people who actually came from the channel to sign up for the classes that I have on Facebook. I want to thank you all for actually signing up for the classes. And for everyone who wants to know, I have Facebook classes to where I get more in-depth of teaching than I do on YouTube. I answer all questions that you need. I have the materials that you need to get started. You can also, if you need any of the supplies, you can go to my website. It's designscustomfootwear.net. And if you click on shop and go to the Bling workshop, and you can look at the different classes that I have. I actually have one-on-one classes where it's not like the classroom setting from the group. It's actually more one-on-one with me and my client. So you don't have to wait, or shall I say, you don't have to be, with someone else. You can ask all the questions you want. You have my full undivided attention. So I do offer those classes for people who want that one-on-one service, which is fine with me. And I'm going to show you a trick now. Okay, you see, here, let me just take out, and my nails are long. Okay, you remember in the little black spot, and I pointed to you the little black spot that we colored in with the marker. Remember, I said there's no fillers. So with this little spot here, I'm going to show you how to create a filler from the stones that we have. Okay. Okay, so what you would do in a case that you don't have any small stones or any fillers. So what we'll do is, I'm using SS20. You can do it on any stone that you have. With the SS20, you see the stone? You see? And I just have small little jewelry pliers. Sorry, my hand itching. And what I do is I cut it. And what you can't just put it right on there. You have to start at the edge and just work it. And I'll show you. And I'll show you how. You could probably see. You see how I cut it? And what we'll do is, and what we'll do is we'll put the stone right in the center. I don't know if you can see or if it got too close, but it's in there. Okay, so I need to cut one more. It won't turn over. There it is. And the stones I use to cut with the pliers as fillers goes in that spot. And now we're going to do the E. We're almost done with this part. And it normally don't take that long, especially with the words and the letters. And we're done with the Nike. You see? And we're going to do the check, and then we'll start with the trim around. we are done with both of the stoning with the crystal. So what we're going to do now is the fun part, is the black. And these black stones that I'm using, I am using SS20, which is equivalent to 5 mm. I know they might sound big, excuse me, but of course, like I showed you with the pliers, you can separate them, make them as fillers. But some of the good thing about, I know, oops, and I'll show you guys. Some of the black stones that I have, they have like a little, how can I say it? They're like starfish. And I don't know if you can probably see, like the design a little bit. You probably can't because it's black already, and then I'm about to put it on black, and it's gonna be kind of hard. That's the tricky part. And when you're doing black on black, once you put your glue on, and I'll show you, always start at the trim and do your outlining first, then you go and do the inside and fill, because it's easier to where everything, is nice and neat. And with the line, with the trim, you can go far, or go out far, use enough, because it's not gonna take you long to do the trim part. And we're just gonna do the trim. And you see how the glue is already kind of dark. The shoe is dark. Well, the glue it goes on clear, but since it's going on black, I'm trying to get over it a little bit. Since it's going on black, it's kind of hard to see it. And also, when you're doing the trim or just any part of the shoe, always make sure you don't press into the glue or press the stone into the glue. You can put it on there, you can maneuver it, but don't push hard, because it's going to go down anyway. But the harder you push the stone into the glue, it'll seep over it and it'll dull your stones. Even though you can clean it up at the end with acetone, you still don't want to get in the habit of doing that, because it's going to end up dulling it out. Be careful, because the stones are black, the shoe is black, and you might think that that you got it all covered, but some of the spots might not be covered, because it's kind of hard to see black on black. And it don't take that long to do the trim. And with a shoe like this, it should take no more than about an hour, no more than an hour to do the shoe. And since I'm doing the tutorial, it's going to be a little longer. And you just want to make sure when you're doing this, and especially when you're using black on black, make sure you have good lighting, because if you don't have good light, it's going to be hard to see what you're doing. And since you're doing the trim, and you see right up under here under the Nike, what you want to do while you're still working right there, you can actually put the stones and fill that in right up under there, so you don't have to go back in and put glue on top of where you already put your stones. And see, you can see where you put the glue up under there, and just fill it in while you can. And I'll show you, just fill it in. And it's kind of hard to probably end up seeing it because it is black, but you do not, yeah, because it's going to be kind of messed up if you wait to go back and then just go back to your trim. And with the stones that I'm using, the ones that look like little starfishes, like, yeah, they look like little starfish. The reason I'm using the starfish and the regular black is just to give that black an extra little pop or extra little shine with the design on it, so it looks a little fancy. And be careful. Look, I thought I just hit the side of the corner that I just did, and I just stick my hand in here, so I'll make sure that I have it and I'm not touching anything. I'm dropping stones. And sometimes these black stones, I don't know why they stick together sometimes, and it's kind of hard to tell until you pick it up and make sure that the back is flat. It's just me. So we have our trim. You can already see some of it. And we're going to, and see, it's hard for me to go from like this and then go like back over. So I'm going to go back this way, and I'm going to go from right to left instead of going from left to right. Get it? Because I guess just my... Okay, now that we have our trim all the way trimmed out, we're just going to start with a piece on this side. Be careful when you're doing it also, because your trim is still wet. You don't want to hit anything and press your hand on any of the stones that are already been placed. And the part that you put out for you, however much glue you put out, just know that it's probably enough for your speed. I can probably knock a bigger piece out because I've been doing it a little longer, and I know how much I can do. So let's see. This is I guess you can probably see, because it's so dark, you can see the amount of glue that I have put out. And we'll start stoning this part. Okay, the shoe is all done. I know I probably had some mishaps in between because my phone started getting hot and it wouldn't let me record anything anymore. But the shoe is completely done. So now they both are done. So that is the tip of the day, and just to make the shoe stand out a little bit more, to make it look nice. But we're done. We're done. Oh, I dropped it. So again, you can see. Alright, if you guys have any questions, any concerns, if you need help with anything, you know you can always comment below, shoot me an email. Also, if you have not hit the notification button up there so you don't miss any videos, please hit the notification so you can get all notifications for when I actually started uploading any videos. All the descriptions of everything that I have on the table that we use, it will be in the description below. My website will be in the description. If you need any of the tools, accessories, or these stones, it will be on my website at designscustomfootwear.net. Also, that will be in the description below. So for now, I am signing off. These are the beauties that we did today. So talk to you guys later, and I'll upload another video soon. Y'all have a good night.